What's up everyone, Andrew Baena here, and it's that time of the month. It is Baena's Best Bands for June 2018, so let's get into it. The first band I want to talk about is the same band I talked about in my last episode, and it is Alpha Wolf. So I didn't actually know this when I filmed the last video where I was talking about Alpha Wolf, but I guess they kicked their vocalist out for some allegations that were made against him. I don't really know exactly what happened, so I'm just not going to talk about that at all and stay out of that. Regardless, they kicked their singer out for doing something, I assume, and they got a new guy, and they released a brand new song a couple of weeks ago called Black Mamba, and it is amazing. It's just as good as anything that was on their last album, Mono. The new vocalist sounds quite a bit different than the last one, but he fits their style really well. It still has that super like kind of gent meets deathcore meets new metal type thing going on, and I am all about it. Once again, if you're a fan of Sworn In, this is a band that you should definitely be paying attention to. This song is called Black Mamba by Alpha Wolf. Here's a little clip of what that sounds like.
You're the dead weight, constricting my chest. Lonely, the lonely will hold me like this. Fuck, not my game. I don't play safe. I hope you're satisfied. Looking for answers, but you can't even look me in the eye.
The next song I want to talk about is by a band called Malevolent Breed. So I gotta give a huge shout out to my friend Justin Fasavith. Never knew how to pronounce your last name, my dude, I'm sorry. But he is from Seattle, Washington area, and when Galactic Pegasus was first starting out, we played a lot of shows with Justin's old band, which was called Prestige. So I got to know him quite well since we played together so often. Prestige was amazing. They called it quits a few years ago now. I actually went down to Seattle to see that show, and it was amazing. But anyways, Justin is in a new band with a bunch of other members from various other Seattle area bands. They started something new called Malevolent Breed, and they released a few new songs. I think they're actually releasing their debut EP either like today or very, very soon. But it's very, very cool. It's kind of just, if I were to try to classify it, I guess it would just be like heavy hardcore, if that's a thing. Like heavy hardcore as in like it's kind of deathcore, but it's still got a lot of hardcore vibe, kind of similar to what you get when you kind of listen to like Traders or something like that, I would say. Very cool stuff. Here's a clip of what Malevolent Breed sounds like. The next band I want to talk about is called Cabal. I literally just heard of them today, and I was pretty blown away almost immediately. My good friend Johnny, you guys all know him from my other videos, sent me them earlier today, and I think he sent one of the music videos for a song called False Light, and it is crazy. It's very similar to like Viljarda, kind of Humanity's Last Breath kind of thing. So I don't have too much to say about them because they're so new to me. I still haven't done like a deep dive, but on listening to the first two singles, I can already tell that I'm gonna love it. So this is what Cabal sounds like. The next song I want to talk about is called Hostage by Chelsea Grin. I'm sure a lot of you probably know Chelsea Grin. They've been around forever, one of the kings of deathcore. They have kind of gone through a lot of different sound changes over the years. I ironically started listening to them when they put out the Evolve EP back in like 2013 or something like that, when that was the first one where they started introducing like clean singing, and Jason Richardson was on guitars, and it was crazy. A lot of people did not like it, but I thought it was awesome, probably because I really liked Born of Osiris, and Jason Richardson just moved to Chelsea Grin, so it was kind of like getting another Born of Osiris album, sort of. Anyways, I started listening to them around Evolve. Kind of lost interest over the past few years because I didn't really find anything they were doing to be too interesting until recently, because they released 3 new singles. The first one was called Dead Rose, the second one was called Hostage, and the third one is called, I don't remember what the third one is called, but out of the 3, Hostage is crazy. Like, it's super simple. There's nothing technically crazy about it. You know, it's certainly, they're not doing anything that's too eye-catching, I guess, if you put it that way. But it's just so fucking catchy, and the chorus is so sick. I don't know. It's like probably my favorite Chelsea Grin song I've heard ever, if not ever, at least since any of the songs off of Evolve. So this is a clip of what Hostage sounds like. And if you haven't heard Chelsea Grin in a long time, I strongly suggest you check out their new singles because you might be pleasantly surprised. Band I want to talk about is called Silent Planet. They're another band that's been around for quite a while. They're like a very metalcore, I guess they're pretty much metalcore, but they have a lot of really cool ambient, kind of spacey, really vibey parts to a lot of their songs, which are really cool and really sets them apart from just like a standard metalcore band. They've been doing that kind of stuff forever. I've been a fan since their first album that came out quite a while ago, and they just released a brand new song called Northern Fires. And if it's going to be anything like the past two albums, I'm sure I'm going to love the new album. And also, if this single is any indicator, it's already off to a very good start. So here's a clip of what Silent Planet sounds like.
The war marches on after the killing earth. Sick our hearts, colonize our minds. I've been digging through timelines, historical bylines. I find the fatal flaw in our design lines. Between thoughts we had and words we knew. Between what we're told and what is true. Who feels the fascist? The classes ain't don't get in the masses. It passes under the contrived countenance of contrition.
Alright, so we got two more. The second to last one I want to talk about is a song called Decades by a band called Nexilva. I've heard of Nexilva forever. I remember when we toured with Black Tongue. I'm pretty sure they talked about them or toured with them or something a lot back in the day. But I never really listened to them for one reason or the other. I don't know. But their music video for Decades popped up on my YouTube homepage or something like that, and I decided to check it out, and it is very, very cool. The video especially matches the vibe of the song. It's just really dark, bleak, atmospheric in a way, but also super heavy. It's very cool stuff. This is what Decades sounds like. The last band I want to talk about is called Vain. They're pretty different than everything else I've talked about as well. They're very much like a throwback to the nu metal days, kind of like reminds me of old school Slipknot, like Slipknot's first album era of music. It's got this really cool like breakbeat drum thing going on in the beginning. Just reminds me of being in high school and listening to some heavy ass music, and they pull it off perfectly. So here's a little clip of what Vain sounds like. Those are all my suggestions for this month's Baena's Best Bands. I've started a Spotify playlist where you can hear all these songs if you're on Spotify. Feel free to give it a follow. The link to that will be in the description below. Other than that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for constantly giving me suggestions for new music, for watching my videos, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I'm trying to get 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2018. I'm getting very close to that goal, and I would very much like to make that a reality, and I can only do that with your guys' help. So thank you in advance. Thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to reading your comments and listening to new suggestions for music in July. Thanks again, guys.